a piece of fabric about a half to a whole yard, and it's about 60 inches wide, and if you work in metric, that is about a half to a metre in length and about 150 centimetres wide. And the first thing you have to do is fold it in half lengthwise, so that's with the cut edges, not the selvages. Bring the cut edges together, right sides together. Later on in the proceedings you will of course need to be turning it the right way round, so at this point on this long edge leave a space, so stitch up to here, leave a space about a hand length and start stitching again, so that you'll have a little gap there where you can turn it the right way round. So the fabric I'm using is a stretch fabric, so for that you'll need of course a stretch needle. You don't have to have a stretch fabric, but if you are using a stretchy fabric, you need the needle, the right needle, and you also really need the right stitch. So I'm going to use this stitch here. This stitch here, it looks like it's a row of 3 stitches, 3 rows of stitching I mean, but it's not. What it does is a little back stitch as it goes forwards and back, forwards and back, and that is about the best stitch you can use for stretch fabric. So off we go then. So that's what the stitching looks like on the front and there on the back, and see how it stretches with the fabric. Now when you leave your gap in your stitching for turning, don't leave it right in the middle, either at the top or near the top or near the bottom. So I'm going to leave a gap here, cut that off, and then go a bit further up and start stitching there. You can see I cut this in rather a hurry. Stretch fabric is quite difficult to cut. It doesn't matter, those straggly edges won't show. So I'm just coming to the end there now, but I've noticed that the selvage on this side is quite wide, so I'm just going to trim that off first. Okay, that's that. There we go. So there's our big long tube with a wee gap near one end for turning, but that's for later. For now we just need to turn the whole tube the right way out. So stick your arm in, grab the other end and just let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. There we go, right way round. Now this next bit is a bit difficult to explain, but you need to turn it back inside out, but only halfway. So what I do is stick my arm in to about the halfway mark, grab hold, there's my finger inside, grab hold and just let it go halfway round. So what you're left with is a shortened tube with a fold at that end. See, you've still got a tube and there's a fold, and this end we've got the edges which need to be sewn together. So still keep it as a tube, don't sew all 4 layers, just through 2 layers, so you stitch all round, so you've still got a tube, and then you'll be able to turn it the right way round. So in order to do that, when you do this stage of the stitching, make sure that the little gap that you've left is visible and is not on the inside, it must be on the outside, and you'll be able to turn that the right way round, and all of a sudden you'll have an infinity scarf. Isn't that clever? Let's see, let's get going. So make sure your side seams are together and get stitching. So you need to go all the way around the top, you don't need to leave any gaps for turning. So that's all sewn around the top, and this is where the magic begins. So you go to where you left that gap, stick your hand in, start pulling it inside out, and there is your infinity scarf. Isn't that just brilliant? Isn't that brilliant, Charlie? Hey, you like that? Do you like it? Oh no, off you get. Charlie, on your bed. Bed. Come on. On your bed. You're with Jake. Good boy. So to do some top stitching, just fold those edges under and hold it together and stitch. Easy peasy. So there, just a little bit of stitching, hardly noticeable.